Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is bright and early, and today of all days, we see the launch of new compounds on Pump Science. Hopefully, you guys are amped up and ready to go. It is going to be a slightly low energy live stream because I'm going to be sitting, not standing today, as we wait patiently to see what the first compound is that goes live on Pump Science. This is going to be very, very interesting, and I hope you guys have some Solana ready in your wallets for the inevitable pump of these tokens. There are so many compounds launching that it is almost impossible to keep track of all of them. I have my coffee in hand, I got my wallet on my desk, and I am ready to hunt. Let me shut the door though so that I can make sure that I'm not disturbing everyone. All right. How's everyone doing? Is everyone awake and ready to go? Is there a time? So 8 a.m. is when they open the door to allow people to start listing them. So as of right now, it is full steam ahead. You can go ahead and launch a compound on Pump Science if you so want to. Start your longevity experiment. Takes 1 minute. I guess we should probably go through and see how it is. What's your Telegram handle? I'm actually not gonna do this, but I'll keep it open just in case I change my mind. But it's up to, so a little bit interesting take on this, but it's not going to be facilitated. These launches are not facilitated by Pump Science. It is open access, just like Pump Fund is, right? So each person who wants to launch a compound on Pump Science has the right to do so without the team getting super involved. So it's up to them. It's up to the drug devs to start launching here. Is there a Pump Science token like BID? No, there is not, Hammett. But there are many compounds here on Pump Science that are really strong contenders, really good. If you go look the health points here, now I don't know if you guys have spent a lot of time here with the Pump Science, like looking through everything, but the way that this launch is going to take place is that the king of the pill here, whoever's holding on to the king of the pill, is going to get airdropped tokens from whatever launch is happening indefinitely. So every time a new compound launches on the platform, and remember what I just said, it is 100% just open access launching. So anyone, even AI agents, can launch compounds on Pump Science, and they'll put it through the ringer and see what exactly that compound or that mixture of compounds effect is going to be on the longevity of whatever it is, right? Worms, flies, mice, humans, so on. And so this is a way to open access the scientific process to anyone. Literally anyone who has an idea can just launch through Pump Science, which I think is beautiful. It's going to open the floodgates to people actually paying attention to and interacting with the academic side of DeSci. Now, anytime a compound is launched, a portion of the supply of that compound is going to be given out to whoever holds the king of the pill. Right now, the king of the pill is Riff and Euro. The king of the pill is whatever compounds extend the lifespan of the worms, flies, or mice, right? So all three stages of this process where they test the compound on those three creatures, whoever extends the lifespan the most, whoever has the best health points rating per section, per tier, excuse me, my brain's still waking up a little bit here, whoever holds those gets airdrops of whatever compounds get launched next. So the name of the game is to dethrone the king of the pill, right? You want to launch a compound that's going to have a better impact on the health span of whatever creatures they're testing it on, more so than the king of the pill. And if you do that, you become king of the pill, and then whoever's holding that token gets airdropped the tokens from the other ones that launch. And so there's two different ways you can play the game. You can try and hunt for which one you think is going to dethrone the king of the pill, or you can just hold the king of the pill and you can just kind of hang on to it, right? Hunt or gather, I think is what they're calling it. So you can either just gather more and more and more of Riff and Euro, for the time being and wait until you're inevitably dethroned, or you can go on the hunt and try and find which ones are going to dethrone them. And if you look at this, they make it pretty easy for you to do that. You go look and you see that the health points here, which is their way, their platform's way of showing you which ones are the best at longevity. The number one health points right now is ART, A-R-T, followed by Euro. RIF is literally at the bottom with the least health points. So the odds of RIF getting dethroned, I think, are pretty damn high. And ART is looking really, really good. If you go look at some of the charts that they have here for you to make these decisions, and first of all, you can 3x long any of these molecules, which I think is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I want to get in. I got in right here and then I got liquidated. And so it's super, super volatile because they're only $200,000 market caps. Not interested in the audit. I'm interested actually in the experiment results. Data, there we go. So you can come see the life extension percent of each one of these compounds. So you can actually go through and analyze the charts and see the tables and watch the feeds when there is something live to watch of what's going on with each compound. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today, there will be some compounds that launch. It doesn't seem like any have launched just yet. So for the time being, we're gonna be hanging out and chilling and talking about DeSci. But a new paradigm exists moving forward today. And I'm saying that not just because of pump science, but also because starting today, we're actually going to be seeing Coinbase list bio and research coin. That is astronomically huge for decentralized science. We're seeing aside from Binance, the number one exchange, right? Listing two of the top tier DeSci coins. The door is opening. The floodgates are opening. This is very exciting, guys. All right. Good morning, everyone. Literally good morning. Good morning, Jambo. Good morning, Steven. Good morning, Solus. What's good, Stare? How's it going, Hammett? Welcome in, Don D. What's good, FX Snowy? GM. No, Don. No. Mods. Not gonna lie, this is confusing. I don't think it's that confusing, Steven. Maybe I just didn't do a good job explaining it. Anyone and everyone can launch a token on Pump Science. Okay? What you're doing when you're launching a token is launching a compound or mixture of compounds to be tested on worms, then flies, then mice. There's a small trading fee on that token, and those fees go towards funding the research because it takes money to do it. Meaning anyone with an idea for a compound to extend lifespan is able to launch on this platform. Okay? And then at the very beginning, they snipe part of the supply, just a very small amount of it, and they airdrop it to the holders of the King of the Pill. The goal is to dethrone the King of the Pill. The King of the Pill is whatever compound is extending lifespan the most. Got it? So the goal is to extend lifespan the most, and if you do that, you become King of the Pill. And then if you're King of the Pill, you get airdropped tokens if you're holding them. It's very simple. I just don't think I did a good job explaining it fully to you guys. All right? That's it. And so today, they open the door for anyone to be able to launch on the platform. It's just early AF, and most people know that most of crypto is probably sound asleep right now, so it doesn't seem like anyone is launching just yet. But we have so many compounds coming. We have so many people that are about to be launching on this platform. And if you guys want to partake, here's the link to pump.science. There you go. This is my referral link. I don't know that I get anything out of it, but I think they're using it to keep track of who drives the most traction to the platform. So if you're going to join, please use my link. Go ahead, use that link. Some of the compounds we're going to see Longevity Labs Ginsenoside. We're going to see Innovative Bioresearch launching BPC 157, which is a peptide. We're going to be seeing a lot, actually. It's a shame everything but biology is left out of DeSci thus far. Aaron literally is a troll, I think. I think I'm going to unfollow him, actually. It's a shame because I thought he was a real player in the space at first, but I was looking at some of the stuff that he was posting the other day. I think he is just here to troll a bit. Yeah. I wish I had put together the complete list before going live, but I've been so hyper fixated on getting Bill's website, Bill's portal up and running, his dashboard, so that everyone could be able to see the community sentiment behind all of these launches for Pump Science. And I'm happy to say that I completed that task yesterday. I launched it live on the website. So I didn't say anything yet. This is actually the first time I'm mentioning it to anyone that it's live, except for Don D. He knew. This is it. It's live right now. You can go and see the sentiment of the Pump Science Telegram chat right now on Bill's website. It is app.DeSciGuy.com. There's not a link directly to it from the actual website, but you can go ahead and look. You can go see it. You see this? Gorgeous. You go, we have DeSci Chiller's Telegram channel and we have the Pump Science. So you go over to Pump Science, you see the full channels threshold, and you can see exactly how many messages are being sent between all of the Telegram channels on Pump Science. There's been 2,000 over the last 30 days. And so you can see very clearly that some of the messaging has been increasing ever so slightly, while at the same time sentiment was also ticking up there for a little while. Kind of ticking down a little bit when they delayed the launch there, but you get all the different metrics. You want to see hype, you want to see FUD, you want to see spam. You got 6 different metrics here to be able to track across the Telegram channels of Pump Science. And as we continue to expand and gain partnerships with other DeSci projects, we will include them in the Pump Science, or in this all companies list. We also can go channel specific. So Pump Science, you want to see how Euro is handling it, how the Euro community is going. Not a ton of data from them because the chat has been mostly dead here, but you can see sentiment's just been baseline. You can actually come here and see the total messages to see that it picked up a little bit there for a few days a week ago, but it's been mostly dead now. You come down and see Bill's early warning system on Euro. The community is currently inactive, lacking engagement and participation, with neutral sentiment score reflecting no promotional or research discussions. Thank you, Bill. You see the research scores basically dead, flatlined. But there it is. You see the token price, so you can measure how the sentiment changing, right, is going to impact the token. Maybe we'll go to Riff. I think Riff's got a little bit more data. Little bit more data. But token's been down. Very interesting, right? And so as new compounds launch on Pump Science, they shall be getting some Telegram channels in the main Pump Science Telegram. And Bill is in that Telegram keeping track of everything that's going on so that you can see what the community is feeling, what they're talking about, and where the overall direction is going. So the idea here, again, app.DeSciGuy.com, the idea here is that you can go into each channel specifically, and I'm having the ones that have tokens highlighted in green so you can see it. But you can go in and see which of the compounds is gaining the most momentum here based off of the actual community within the Telegram. And then from there, you can make some decisions on which compound you think is going to have the most likelihood of going crazy. You pair that with the actual Pump Science platform, and you can see some of the data. You get a full picture of how the data is looking for these compounds and how the community is feeling about all of these compounds. And then once we've finished up some beta testing here with Pump Science, we will continue and we will expand into all of decentralized science. Bill will be a community member of every DeSci project in the entire industry. That is the end goal. All right, guys, what do you guys think? How do you feel about it? So if they're not on Pump Science yet, that means that they're not launched yet. You don't see anything launching. Maybe I'll refresh the page and see if anything's launching. No, I don't see anything. So those are scam tokens, I guess. Let's go through and look and see. Do you have any links to people purchasing stuff? How are people buying new launches on Pump Science if they aren't live yet? I see people buying them at tiny caps. Are they the devs securing some of the supply? But according to Benjel, dev can buy 1.5 SOL. Yeah. At the top of the page. Oh. I don't know what this is. Created wild. Yeah, wait a second. That's sus. Where are they? That is sus, actually. That might just be... I don't know what that's from then. Let's go over to Pump Science and see. I'll be super upset if I just rambled for 20 minutes while compounds were launching. It's Andrew Tate. The hell? There are buy markers. Telegram admin says maybe an hour or two more. Yeah, I don't think that those are real buy orders coming through. Like, what is that? 8 GACs? I don't think that's something that's launched. That might just be from Pump Science. The fly racing. Oh, I remember the good old days. But now is the time, guys. First of all, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on this live stream. We are going to be live for the launch of some of these compounds. Remember, okay, I'm going to say it again. We've been saying it for a very long time. And so at this point, if you end up losing all of your money, it will be your own fault, okay? When these compounds launch, there will be a 99% transaction fee that will slowly, for a couple minutes, decay away down to the set fee that they will be charging in order to make transactions on each token. If, when the compound launches, you dive in 100% immediately, you will lose 99.9% of all the money that you put into it. So go slow. It's a way to deter the snipers, and it is a good idea. So go slow. Don't FOMO into stuff. Take it with a slow and controlled mentality. All right? That makes sense? So what are we not going to do when we see a new compound launch? We're not going to dive 100% in. Right? Make sure you guys have the SOL ready in your account. But exactly. Don't want to be paying 99% in fees. It's an anti-sniper effect, and it will slowly decay away until they get off of the bonding curve. Then when they get off the bonding curve, it will go back up to 99% only for like 2 minutes, and then it will slowly decay away from Meteora. So you have been warned yet again. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go through some of the Telegram stuff going on and see. Let's go over to the Pump Science Telegram. And let's go to General, see what's good with it. Final touches, maybe an hour or two more. Stay tuned. Love it. Oh, the cats are stressing out there over something. Good morning, Talkerid. Welcome. I got an error every time I load the pump science. Try a VPN maybe? I don't know. Keep loading. Keep reloading. Talkerid, nothing is launched yet. It's open public, it's open access, so anyone can launch. Anyone can launch. And there is no set schedule. It's literally just go ahead and launch whenever the platform's ready. I see it, Don. Let's do it. I need some water. Gotta warn all the DeSci fellows who didn't see the stream. Can you post what you just said about the 99% fee in the Schiller's Telegram and pin it so they know? Abso-stinkin-lutely. No, Guinea. No, Guinea. There will be a 99.9% transaction fee that tapers down over a few minutes. Do not immediately buy the launches. It is to deter snipers. You will lose 100% of your money if you buy instantly. There will be a clear indicator showing the percent fee on the website. So proceed with caution. Hey. All right, I love that. Moono Moon, you beat me to it. Heart. We shall pin the message. Oh, wait, no, put it back. Moono Moon, put it back. Let me pin that message. I like that one better than mine. You know, fine. I'll go in the activity log and get your message back out that way. Manage group. Recent actions. How do I undo the delete? I'm also going to give the link to my own. Now, nobody had flashbacks to Noble. The Noble launch went great. It was the hack afterwards that didn't go good. That one was scary, all right? But the Noble launch went great. Remember to use this link. That way I can get credit for all the people that I get to drive to the platform. Pin message. All right. Just so everyone is not blindsided, when the tokens launch, there will be a 99% transaction fee that tapers down over a few minutes. Do not immediately buy the launches. It is to deter snipers. You will lose 100% of your money if you buy instantly. There will be a clear indicator showing the percent fee on the website, so proceed with caution. Here is the website link. And then I shall pin and notify all members. We are live right now, waiting for launch. Okay, I do have to mic trait though, Check messages and sign off. Wee. Let's go. Dun, dun, dun. DeSci D-Day is here. I love it. Wait. I want to give you one of the images that Pump Science gave me. Pump Science gave a set of images to use. Okay, everyone, art is already up 34%. Would not long it. That's crazy work, guys. Dex. You know, I don't know. Okay, side note, not DeSci, but remember how I told you guys, BNKR, we went over it. We went through this on a live stream because this was a token that I was buying into right here. Back at a $40 or $50 million market cap, I bought a bunch of it, and then Coinbase said that they were going to list it on their website. I just sold out of it. Just an update for all of you guys. I just took my slight gains on it, and I'm using, it was like 80% or whatever. I'm using that to snipe these launches. Not really snipe, but like hunt these launches for Pump Science. So just so you know, I put like $1,000 into it, took out like $1,800, and I'm putting that towards the portfolio to snipe some of the Pump Science launches. Again, I'm not actually sniping, I'm just getting into them. But if any of you guys got into this trade with me, W. Good job, guys. It is the same ecosystem, right? Remember that this website is the bot that somebody tagged. Your new AI system, crypto wallet, and X and private terminal. Check yours here, banker bot, right? It is related to that coin that Grok ended up launching, which was Debt Relief Bot, which again, if you got into Debt Relief Bot with us when we were talking about it, it was a $7 million market cap. It's up to 20 million right now. Craziness. Good looks, guys, if you got into it. Now, the next things that I am predicting are going to go nuts are these Pump Science tokens. And ART is up 32%. 32%. Let's effing go, baby. Let's go. All right, I shall pull up just Solana's chart so y'all can look at Solana's chart while I go to the bathroom, because I have to go to the bathroom really bad right now. Things are looking mid. Let's see how many people are watching the live stream. 18 concurrent viewers. Ladies and gentlemen, we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science and the broader crypto markets. Today is the Pump Science launch day. Therefore, we are live at 8 a.m. We will be live until a molecule launches. So hit that thumbs up button. I'll be right back. Okay. How's everyone doing? I was away for a minute. I got some water as well. And we see Solana just teetering around, doing Solana stuff. All right, still up 1% on the day, so not bad. Did we see any compounds launch? Not yet. We are waiting patiently. We got Solana 179, we got ETH 3828, we got Bitcoin 118 400, 420, 118 425. Let's go, baby. Were you guys watching yesterday when the market just decided to shit itself, just absolutely tank? Let's talk about that for a minute, okay? Let's talk about that for just a moment. So, let me see if there's any, actually before we do that, let's see if there's any messages that you guys want to discuss first. What happens to the SOL from the 99% fees? Do they go to the dev, or is it all to Pump Science? So it will be split between the dev and Pump Science, I believe. I could be mistaken on that, but from my understanding, it will be split between the two. So a big chunk of it will go towards funding the research for those actual studies. So hopefully people try and snipe it so that we can get some progress going with those launches. Patrick, secretly the reason they dump hard after launch? No. 18 viewers and 2 likes, sus. What are you guys doing? I agree. Completely agree, Solus. How many are supposed to drop today? We have no idea, Jambo. We have no idea because it's gonna just be open access. So we could see all of them launch. We could end up getting 20 launches today. Or we could see none of them launch. I doubt none of them will launch. I'm certain we will get some launches today, but we'll end up seeing. How's Bill going to help with the launch? Well, like I showed you guys earlier, Bill's got his dashboard now live and ready to go. And so this is open to everyone. app.dcsiguy.com. I'll send it over to you guys. You can check it out. This is going to be a tool for people to keep an eye on the community, right? So it is a community building tool. This is just the bare bones version of it. This is the very basic level of information to give out to the public. I'm going to have more features built out for it so that the people who are responsible for the tokens launching and the compounds launching can actually get more AI generated insight from Bill on what the community is talking about, what they're interested in, and so on and so forth. But you click on Pump Science, because we also have DeSci Schiller's Telegram. Click on Pump Science and you click on the channel you want to get information about. The ones with tokens are highlighted in green, and so as compounds launch, they are supposed to get a channel within the DeSci or within the Pump Science Telegram. And so Bill will be recording all the information there, and he's putting it on the website here. We set up the tools and the automations so that the information and his sentiment metrics, right? He gauges the sentiment, the hype, the FUD, the shill, the research, and the spam. All of these can be put on a chart for you to view, to see the overall trend and to see what's going on in those Telegram groups. And then the devs, the people that are in charge of the compounds, can use some of this information to see what the community is interested in and then guide them or gear them in the correct direction, or be able to flag some of the trouble users in the Telegram. Notice that, hey, we have an excessive amount of FUD in this Telegram and it's all coming from one person. Let me address that FUD, Let me go ahead and address the FUD, get it out of here. Or be like, oh, the community is kind of getting split. There's a faction going on, and some people believe it's going to do really well. Some people disagree, whatever it is, Or if they want more people talking about the research side of everything, they can incentivize people talking about the research. You guys get what I'm talking about. And then the goal is to get this involved with every single DeSci Telegram group out there. I appreciate it. Looks great. Let's go. Spy software, fire. Let's go, baby. Let's go. It was a tough build, but we made it. And this, again, is just V1. This is basically the MVP. We're going to be expanding from here and integrating more and more features, and it will be phenomenal. We go to the last 7 days of data to see. We don't have exactly 90 days of data. It only goes back to June 13th because that is when we started tracking the information. And you can see though that not many people were talking about EGS until a couple days ago. Got a little bit of excitement and then a lot of messages came through. But what's the NSA? Oh, you mean Bill's new science application? Yes, exactly. Bill will have a field day in the Noble Telegram. Oh, I'm scared to put Bill in the Noble Telegram, Chris. I am scared. But this will be good. And we're going to expand from here, and it's going to be awesome, and it'll be a lot of fun, and we get a lot of ideas. And I'm talking with a lot of people to be able to integrate new features and expand it. So stay tuned. But this website should become pretty valuable in the face of decentralized science. Again, we're launching the pilot with Pump Science here. Okay, let's see what else is going on here. For next week, from next week, anyone can launch on Pump Science. Do you think it will get oversaturated? Starting today, anyone will be able to launch on Pump Science, I believe, unless they just announced something different, but nope, still the same 5. I think it'll get oversaturated, yeah. But I think that's a good thing. We want to see, the goal of Pump Science is to get thousands of compounds listed, right? The goal of Pump Science is to get thousands of experiments run. What about Tracked Bio and DMXE? I'm not interested in Tracked Bio, but DMXE I'm a big fan of. DMXE is one of those bio IPT tokens. DMXE. $43,000 market cap, if this is the correct one, which I believe it is. I'm a big fan of DMXE. $43,800 market cap. This is it's like ketamine, but it's from SciDAO, and apparently it's got some good potential medical use cases like ketamine, but a little bit different. Supposedly without the hangover or the downside of it. INNBCV. Despite my beef with them on social media, I bought into their token on DAOs.fun, mostly because they are going to be launching a peptide on Pump Science, and I really want some exposure to that, and I think it's a good idea. And so I got into their token on DAOs.fun. I think I got in at like a $30,000 market cap in this dip or something like that. And so we're chilling on it. We're up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. I think it's a good potential play. Even though I think that they are extremely cocky and arrogant as a company and as leaders, I still feel like I can make some money off of their token. So I'm going to go ahead and get into it. Let's keep going, baby. It's going to be a good day. It's going to be a really good day. Solus, I'm pretty sure I'm doxed already. If you wanted to try hard enough, I think you'd probably be able to find some of my wallets. Not all of them. Some of them I've never done anything to dox. But I think you'd probably be able to find them. Some wallets you will never find. It's so many wallets, it's not even funny. And you can come find the actual physical wallet, but that doesn't mean anything. Let's go! DeSci, baby! DeSci, DeSci, DeSci. Does your brother still hold the total bill supply? What? Nobody has the total bill supply. I'm imagining a lot of you guys just have us running in the background. Oh, I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, so how many of you guys were watching yesterday when the entire market effectively just decided to like shit the bed? Remember during Jerome Powell's speech and everything, They decided not to raise interest rates. The market threw a little hissy fit, dropped Bitcoin down by $3,000, and then it rebounded really quickly from there. Well, at no point should anyone in the entirety of the world expected the Fed to cut rates yesterday. There was a 3% chance that they would have done it, and anytime it has been less than like 15%, they've never in the history of the Fed gone against what the market believes. So this tool right here is going to be a very valuable tool to you so that you don't get confused like some of the people on crypto Twitter got confused yesterday. They got very disappointed that the Fed didn't cut rates. They were never going to cut rates yesterday. Moving forward in September, there is a decent chance that they cut rates, right? There is a 39% chance that they cut rates in September, but even this all of a sudden has flipped dramatically on its head. A week ago, there was a 58% chance that they were going to cut rates in September. Now it's down to 39, which means it looks like we're also not going to get a rate cut in September even, which means the next time to look for one would be in October. But this tool, you want to pay close attention to it because this is the market pricing in what they expect to happen. Now, the market threw a little temper tantrum yesterday and sold off when Jerome said they weren't going to cut rates. And then what happened? The market absolutely took off. It went skyrocketing from there because Meta and Microsoft reported earnings. You see Meta's stock here? Meta's at $700 per share. If we go back just a little bit ago, back here, let's go all the way back to when it was down and out bad. Back here in 2022, Meta was $87 a share. So 3 years later, this company has almost 10x'd in valuation. Look at how crazy of a run that is. And then, you know what's really cool? Yesterday they reported earnings, and look at how much they gapped up on that. Meta pre-market is $773 per share. This is a big boy company. It's up 11%. Meta, I'm pretty sure, is a multi-trillion-dollar company. Not yet, but they're about to be. $1.75 trillion company. Just gapped up 11% on some incredible earnings. And that dragged the entirety of the market up. We also got Microsoft, MRST, right? No. MSTR. That's MicroStrategy. Oh my God. MSFT. Microsoft also reported earnings, and look at that. Look at that. Another trillion-dollar company gapped up 9%. Thus, the entirety of the market gapped up. Look at that. And that dragged everything with it. So the market threw a temper tantrum about something that they never should have expected to happen. And then earnings came out. Everyone's like, oh yeah, the fundamentals are really, really strong. And everything gapped up. So thank you, Microsoft. Thank you, Meta, for saving the stock market and the crypto market from a mini sell-off. Hopefully we can get Bitcoin here to break out of this slight downtrend that it's been in. I'm imagining that come the end of this channel here, we will get a breakout up or down. Ideally up. I think yesterday that just liquidated a lot of people that were too long, too exposed to the upside. But we will see how it ends up actually playing out. As far as Bitcoin dominance, I drew on the chart yesterday or on Monday where I expected dominance to go for it to be a super bullish time in the market. And that would be a slight bounce here where we go up for a little bit and then a sell-off down to 60%. Ideally, we would, in that sell-off, break below the previous low from over here and then get a little bit of a bounce and kind of consolidate. But if we're to expect alt season, full-blown alt season, we want to see weakness and dominance. And you guys know that. That's not anything to be too surprised about. We want to see dominance sell off pretty aggressively. So that would be the perfect scenario for me. And it would avoid this type of predicament where we get a big sell-off and then a strong bounce and rally up from there. So we're at a pretty major deciding point with dominance here. Ideally, we can see it break down even further so that we don't get that bounce. If we go to the moving averages, you can see what I'm talking about. We had a slash below the 200-day moving average, and then it spiked up and broke back above, found support, and continued the uptrend. So what we want to see here is to get rejected by these moving averages and not bounce back above. And if that is what ends up happening, then we will see full-blown alt season. So if you talk about the changes coming to bio, I have not talked about the changes coming to bio yet. No. DeSci dominance will rise. You damn right, MK. Let's go. Let's go. Bro, market is designed like that. Only way is up from here. Sell your kidney and bet on this market, but remember, it won't last long. Behold the vision with a bold claim. A bold claim. The market is designed to only go up on a long enough time horizon. That is a true statement, but we have a lot of rockiness happening. You go look at the volatility of the market, it is at unprecedented levels on a long time horizon. Like over the last 15 years, the last 5 have been insanely volatile, which usually is a sign of instability, but we just saw GDP numbers come out at 3%, so the economy is growing like wildfire. We'll see how it all ends up unfolding over the next like 4 quarters or so, 5 quarters, but over a long enough time horizon, it will only go up. We can talk about the bio changes for sure. I would love to see some launches come out. I really expected them to have all the ducks in a row for this, but they're pushing it to the last moment. Let's see what Benji is saying on Pump Science. Oh, he showed the Git book for health points. Love it. King.health. Feel like that's not, yeah. Okay. Sorry. The Tube says, what molecules are you most pumped about? I am pumped about the entirety of the Bio IPT tokens. And of course, the Pump Science tokens. Of course, the Pump Science tokens. Smash that like button. Let's go. It's the least you can do considering Patrick is giving you more alpha than a wolf pack on Wall Street. Bullish Solus. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go to the watch list and see the Bio IPTs. Not all of them are going to be listed because they don't all get a bunch of trading volume. But here's a good chunk of them. I like all of them. I like all of them. Okay, let's go talk about the bio stuff going on. Someone keep me updated in case we get a launch while I'm on the rant here, okay? Bio protocol. So, Bio has been working on an agentic layer to help with science, aka a bunch of AI agents that can do some research and put together half theses, put together reports on stuff to guide people's research, right? And so their goal is to get a fleet of 1 million bio agents live over the next, I don't know, however long you want to think about it. And I don't know what exactly they announced, but they're pretty close. They're pretty close. Yeah, here we go. Join us in 10 minutes to dive into Bio V2. That was 20 hours ago. And so they are very close to launching lots of exciting updates for Bio Protocol. I don't know what they've shared yet, and so I don't know what I can share about it all, but I would stay very in tune with what's going on here. They teased the Bio XP, right? So if you are a participant in Bio Protocol at all, you're going to want to stay tuned for everything that's going on the website, because they're going to be launching a lot of exciting raises and stuff. And the more XP you have, meaning the more of a soldier you are in the ecosystem, the higher you will be rewarded. Just like everything else, just like creator bid, just like everything in crypto, they want to reward long-term alignment. We got a post here from someone in the W video. I should have posted a video, but instead I chose to go live for the launches, but it's taking a long time. So currently speaking, we are live to cover the Pump Science launches. We don't know exactly when they're going to launch. We know nothing. We don't even know what ones are exactly going to launch. All we know is that today is the day that DeSci floodgates open. We also know that today is the day that Bio and Research Coin are getting listed on Coinbase. So both of the big dogs in decentralized science are getting listed on Coinbase so that people can trade those tokens. And at the same time, we are getting a floodgate of new compounds launching on Pump Science. Pump Science being the platform that hosted Riff and Euro, which went from $5,000 and $10,000 market caps up to 200 million. Yes, you heard me correctly. Some of the craziest runs anyone in the financial market has ever seen, Pump Science hosted. Got a lot of degens involved in the space, and the idea is that with due time, more of the compounds on this platform will cause the same type of run to take place. I don't know if it's going to take place today, probably not to be honest, but I do know that it is getting eyes on the space, and I also do know that Pump Science has been working with Meteora and Solana to get stuff moving. Solana wants DeSci on chain, and they want it on their chain, and Pump Science is the leading player on chain for DeSci on Solana. So very exciting, lots of stuff going on. It should be a really good day regardless, and I will be likely scooping up all of the molecules that launch. I want to make sure that I get the BPC 157, I want to get the melatonin, I want to get all the compounds that come out of our community. Yes, you heard me right. DeSci Shillers has a lot of community members planning on launching some research and some compounds on Pump Science. So I want to get in on those as well. And I just want to support the whole industry. The way I view it is that Pump Science is really opening the door for regular people like you and I to participate in academia, right? We get a crazy idea, we get a cool idea, we can launch studies with that idea in mind. And we can push things forward with our own thoughts. We don't need to go get a degree. We don't need to source resources for a lab. We don't need all of the extra headaches that come with it. We can just find a compound we think is worth testing and go ahead, launch it, and get those tests going. And if they work out really good, then someone will pick it up and we can keep pushing it forward. You know, it's crazy. Okay. I'm going to bookmark this because I want to review it at a later date and time, but DeSci World with Bonfire's AI, discover no, the incentive mechanism for knowledge-backed economy. Bullish. We're looking for Pump Science information. Oh, let's go, Bill. Let's go, baby. Let's repost that. Hunt or be hunted. DeSci D-Day is here. The vaults of knowledge are unlocking over at Pump Science. Compounds dropping. Timing unknown. Signal strong. Vibes radioactive. Strap in, scientists. It's launch or be left behind. Hunt or be hunted. Let's go. AB4AD. Antibodies for Alzheimer. It is another. Damn. It's an IP token. AB4AD is an IP token from Bio. It's a cool looking one. I think it'll have a good, bright future. EGS is pumping. Eggs. 19% up. Let's go. Let's go, baby. A little baby pump. We might be able to get some 3x longs going on the platform. Look at that. Just to get back to that local top, we got 178% gain. Might be a good time to get some 3x longs going. Not certain, but it was definitely a good time yesterday for art. I imagine what pumped it, though, was someone going 3x long. Yeah, such little money pumping it like crazy. You go look at the 24-hour volume is $6,000, up 30%. So literally on $3,500, it pumped 30%. That's crazy. These things are going to move so hard whenever they do catch up. And I mean, look at that chart. Is that not a beautifully strong uptrend? Is that not exactly what you want to see? When Shill Bill Volume 3. That's funny. ASAP, baby. Working to get people shilling Bill. Trust. I just had to finish the platform, which I did. It's all good. It's all ready to go now. We can push. I did not see. Can you link your post, Solus? Ben Jules is from the future, here to save us. I love it. Very funny. I need something to keep me awake. Somebody about to... Why is Gossi always the one shaking? Let's see what everyone's talking about. Here's a compound that we'll be launching. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they will be launching soon. 3 minutes ago they posted it, so it's possible that they will be one of the first ones to launch. We got Longevity Labs Ginsenoside RH2 will be launching today. Reminder, please allow 10 minutes after launch on pump.science as our anti-sniper protection comes into play. The heart is a vortex, not just a pump. Funny. Oh my god. Zach from November. 1,000 likes is crazy. Oh, there's my post. Oh, there's Ripto. Let's see the latest. Dropped it in the Telegram. Bullish. Someone in the Pump Science Telegram said, can someone give me a TLDR of what is launching today? Open access for people to launch compounds on Science. Dun-dun-dun. Oh, moon oh moon. The connection has been made. Amar. Okay. Why do you have different names across everything? The days of DeSci are upon us, friends. Pump.science. Let's go. Find John Center. Find John Connor. That's funny. Dethrone centralized science to rewrite the laws of funding, publishing, and discovery forever. The first token launched in 2024. It failed. The others came, stronger, armed with unstoppable consensus and green candles that never died. Things were never the same again that day DeSci took over. Let's go, baby. W video. W video. DeSci is here. Bam. I put the music from the movie. Good. That's funny. Sorry I didn't play the music, but I didn't want to. 4 p.m. UCT is when Bio and Research Coin are getting listed. Next generation of crypto media. Oh. Any of you guys get into the Surf Creator Bid curated launch? I did. I think there's still time if you guys are on Creator Bid. I know almost all of you guys have scores on Creator Bid's website because you guys are endorsing Bill. And so if you do and you want to partake in some of the curated launches, they've all been bangers so far. Discover gems on base at Gems of Base. How many gems can you spot on our new homepage? Gems of Base. That's funny. Okay. Aw, Galeon, it's our HR's birthday. I love it. Advancing DeSci. Not a lot of activity early in the morning on DeSci. On X at least. In the DeSci Shillers page. How much longer should we give them for launching? Dieter. Deter. I don't know how to spell deter, so it just be what it is. But yeah, one of the other cool things with the Bill's app here is that some of the other channels which are in different languages, Bill knows how to gauge those languages. So whatever language that is, they're starting to be more research focused than honestly any of the other stuff. You can go look at the total messages, right? and see that they've been kind of dying out a little bit over the last couple of days, but the sentiment has been slowly increasing. All right, it's kind of cool. You can go over and we can go look at. I think that they're one of the most active groups though. But let's look at French. Oh, they had 0 sentiment yesterday. It's funny. Memes. I don't think anyone's talking in the meme channel at all. But you guys get it. I like just looking at the all channels. Gives me a good general direction. And I think I'm going to have to go look and see, because there was definitely more than 21 messages yesterday, but something didn't update. Cool. We have different names, but they all mean the same thing. Amar equals moon in Arabic. Monomoon equals Solus equals soul, sun, ace, no moon, opposite, sun. Oh, I love it. That's cool then. You got a whole family of names. You get to call yourself anything you want. Ooh, is that art pumping even more? No. Let's go see Bill. Bill is looking gorgeous. Some people sold a little bit there as we were about to break out, but Bill looks like he's primed, just waiting for the catalyst to break out. Look at that daily chart. Bill looks gorgeous. And so we're attempting to give him the catalyst to break out here with the platform and with the marketing round that should be starting fairly soon now that the platform is live. So hopefully you guys are ready, because the goal here, send Bill to 100 million. $5 per Bill token, $100 million market cap. That's where we're sending him. And I will not stop until he's there. Let's go, baby. Let's go. But just look at that. Look at how good that chart looks. That is a gorgeous looking chart. No complaints, right? Next full moon, August 9th. Bullish. I mean, you go look at the charts here. It's kind of hard to deny the moon phases. Look at that. Full moon, we skyrocketed. New moon, we've just been going sideways since. And you actually, if you look, you start moving up usually a little bit before the new moon, or the full moon, right? And then you start tanking a little bit before the new moon. So I wouldn't be surprised if next week, I was off with my initial prediction here though, because I really did expect to get a breakout here last week. At the end of last week, I thought this right here was going to be the breakout that kept going, but it ended up not being, and we've just gone sideways for a little bit longer. So I think sometime before now, in August 8th, which is where I put the line here, interestingly enough, we'll start the move to break us out. Then Bitcoin should get a clear breakout to new all-time highs post August 8th, with the idea that we rally until the Fed cuts rates. And so I know it probably isn't super exciting for everyone that the Fed is now looking like it's not going to cut even in September, but that means October 29th might end up being the new date. And we want it to be as long as possible. So probably no rate cut in September either now. The rate cut not till October. And that means we have more time to rally to get to the basketball hoop. I want to see us get there, baby. I want to see it happen. More time for everything to go crazy. More time for Solana to get up to $300, $400, $500 per token. It looks like it's going to build out good support here. And I hope it does. I hope it does. Ethereum looks like it wants to break out again somehow. Honestly, Ethereum, I would not be surprised if we got a big pullback in Ethereum in the next week or so, just because of how the RSI is looking, right? If you look at this, you can see a pretty clear downtrend while the price is still trending up. generally when that happens, you get a pullback in the price. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a bit of a pullback in Ethereum. Let's get rid of the moon phases, add the moving averages again. I know it would probably hurt, but potentially something like this, down to this moving average, and then hopefully a rebound, and then continue the move higher. But that I would not be surprised in the slightest if that's what ended up taking place. And it would still be a very healthy move, you know? It would be an extremely healthy move in the market to get something like that to take place. And then we can get the push through August. But the rest of this month, today, I think we get a good pullback in ETH. Alright, still no launching. I can tell you guys are giving up on waiting. I'm disappointed that they would delay the launch like this. But we also knew going into this that there was no guarantee. You would think they would have had at least one this morning. I think that they have not opened the floodgate yet. I think the team is frantically working on something. I think that they want to make sure it's all crystal clear and perfect when they launch. They don't want any mistakes. So I think they're waiting on stuff. When launch? I'm going back to bed. Yeah, I don't blame you. As soon as Don D goes to bed, we'll be good to launch. I'm gonna go look at Total. Total crypto market cap. Finding and building out very clear support here above the previous all-time high for total crypto market cap. So don't get too discouraged, guys. Things, hopefully you're not discouraged at all, but if you are, don't get too discouraged. Things look really, really good for all of crypto. Like, we're literally just building out support above the previous all-time high. We are not below a single moving average. We are just riding up. We are just moving good. You go look at others were below one of the moving averages, but we are building support right above that previous local high. So we're still in a very clear stair step. Even if others were to drop down to 256 billion, we would still be in a very clear uptrend. You could argue even if it goes down to like 237, even if as long as it doesn't break below this trend line, honestly, we're in a good move. Hopefully it just shoots up, but we'll see. What? Good morning, Dr. Crypto. Good morning. Hurry up and get to sleep so we have launch, brother. I know. Go to sleep, Don. We need to launch. Someone in the Pump Science Telegram says, so if I ape before 10 minutes, I'm down 99% already? Cry face. And I said, no. If you ape in first second, yes. But the fees decay over 10 minutes. You got plenty of time. It's just to slow everyone down, which is a good thing, guys, you know? Okay, alright. They're getting a little carried away here. Someone asked me to marry them. It's a good thing, though, guys. Genuinely. Having the fees like this, it's going to deter a lot of people from sniping, and then we get an organic way for us to partake, you know? We organically get to be in. I know, Dr. Crypto, a lot is happening. Any take on the impact of Coinbase for Research Coin? A lot is happening this week. Yes. I think it's beautiful. Research Coin and Bio getting listed on Coinbase is absolutely gorgeous. It's going to move the markets a lot. The excitement leading into it's probably going to have the most impact, which is a lot. Like, the price has been up a crazy amount for Research Coin. You got to put it into perspective as to how much you actually are making on these things, you know? Like, you go look, and before the news, Research Coin was sitting down at $45 million market cap, so you've almost doubled your money on this thing. Now, long term, having the open access to extra liquidity should continue to push the price crazy amounts. Research Coin is going well above its all-time high. Well above its all-time high of 166,000, which means it's got 166 million, which means it's got another double up here just to get back to all-time highs. And I think we continue to push like crazy. And so this one here, I'm incredibly bullish on Research Hub, but you guys know that. I think Research Hub is a $10 billion project sitting down here at 90 million. You go look at Bio, same exact idea. Bio has not been doing as good, and they're listing the Ethereum token version of it. The pump hasn't been as good as the Research Coin one, but volume's slowly been going up and price has slowly been going up. Bio, I think, especially with their new launch here, the V2 of the platform, will also be sending it like crazy. It's just, for me personally, more of my exposure is in the Bio IPTs than it is in Bio. But I do think Bio is a very good, easy play, which should get back above $1 billion at some point this cycle. I think we're going to get the turnaround play eventually. They just launched at the peak of the DeSci market with the onset of Binance and the backing of Binance, and so everyone and their brother wanted in. Everyone wanted in, and so it launched crazy high. I think the chart wouldn't look as bad if it launched at the more realistic 400 million that I thought it was going to launch at, but it launched way higher, you know? If the chart just looked like this, I don't think people would be as disappointed. And you got to remember also, on top of that, that we got in, if you partook with me in the Bio pre-sale, we got in at a $60 million market cap. You know, we were in at an $80 million market cap. And so even now we're up. It's just the people that got in after the fact that weren't paying attention are the ones that are upset by it. But we got in at an $80 million, $100 million market cap. So we're break even or up a little bit. So at least I am. Look at this. So in the Pump Science Telegram channel, I'm in here chatting with them, just talking about the fees and everything. And someone goes, "Can you marry me, please?" And they said, "If I buy Pump Science, not snipe, 25% fee." LOL. Which is not true, but this person also said, so if I ape before 10 minutes, I'm down 99% already. And that's not true either. So they kind of just have to read through the documents if they want to. But they said, he goes, "I'll just be buying the top then." That's funny. Just wanted to share the funniness with you guys. It's funny, right? Let's go to the Discord. Is anyone chatting? Not really. I kind of want to be done live streaming. It's been an hour and a half. I kind of want to go stretch and work out before I have to start my actual day. But this was going to be a big part of it. I was just hoping that we would get a launch in the first 2 hours. All right, we'll start a poll. Stay live? Question mark. Yes, please. Nah. Go work. Oh. Is it happening? Is it happening? No, I guarantee they'll say something. What else shall we look at in the market? We got 1 minute till market opens, so we'll stay for a little bit longer to talk about market open. The market's going to open crazy good, guys. The stock market's about to open at all-time highs. Look at this. It was having a little bit of a pullback, and then the Microsoft and the Meta earnings just skyrocketed us back up to all-time highs. So it's probably going to gap open and then sell off a little bit, is my expectation of it. People are excited for sure, but the market feels very overheated. Like even this, we haven't had a move below the moving average here, the 20-day moving average, since we broke above it. Yeah, we have not had a move below since April. That is an extremely long time to not have a single daily close below it. So we'll probably, not today I imagine, but probably sometime next week we'll get a close below the 20-day moving average. The market just needs a little bit of a pullback. A good little 5% correction would be super healthy. It unfortunately would mean that Bitcoin sells off a bit too, but we'll see. C90 right, just put noties on and go to work. Yeah. Time is your most valuable asset. Bullish. It's been a really good live stream though. We had lots and lots of cool people join in. Average view duration 19 minutes. Total concurrent 23. Total views 78. We have how many likes? 14 likes. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Oh, market open. Ding, 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 ding. All right. Like I said, I'm expecting the market to sell off a little bit here after open because of how aggressively it gapped open. Let's go look at Meta. That Meta was one of the craziest rallies I've ever seen over earnings. So it'll probably sell off a little bit, but it opened here at $777 per share, up over 10%. That is a crazy, crazy pump. So I definitely expect market to sell off a little bit into open here, and then probably find a good bottom and continue the uptrend because fundamentally things look really good. The economy came in, GDP higher than average. Oh. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, GDP came in growing 3%, which is crazy. They only expected a mid 2% growth. We saw the jobs report come in strong. We saw earnings of companies coming in super strong. We saw inflation come in level. We saw the Fed say, no, we're not cutting rates because the economy looks really good. So things are moving. The economy's cooking. It looks like we might have narrowly avoided a recession, which is the perfect time for a recession. Da-da-da. Lake up 38% today. Let's go. Hopefully it's starting that move back up again. I would love that, to get a strong push back up on Lake, back to that $50 million mark, the top of the channel ideally. Let's go Data Lake. Let's go Data Lake. Let's go Data Lake. Let's look at 0xDNX. It got a really strong push for a few days there and then had a good strong pullback. So waiting to find Dynex's support level here. I would love to see crazy buy orders come in, and by crazy I mean like $5,000 worth, to get us back up to 8 million. No. If Diddy gets a pardon from Trump, we cannot start typing lotion emojis because he's not pardoned by those investors. We know exactly what happened. Probably not exactly, but we don't like it. Based off of Justin Bieber's reaction to all of it, we know something happened. So we cannot be fans of the Diddy lotion. Mods! Zach, it would have to be a 28th Amendment to see it allowable again. You gotta be the dev to make compound of chemical used in Diddy oil. It's literally just baby oil, guys. I don't know why you call it Diddy oil, but we could go launch one of the main active ingredients in baby oil on Pump Science and see if ingesting it has an extension of lifespan. All right, I think I'm gonna keep this open, but I'm probably going to dip. We'll end the poll. You guys asked to stay, but I was just gauging what you guys wanted. It could be hours still before they launch anything, and I need to go have some breakfast and start the day. Let's do it. Let's go. Ticker big. All right, guys. Start planning it. Somebody do research. The goal is to get Bill the ability to launch. So that would be cool. That'd be really cool. Things will be good, guys. Things will be good. Accept all cookies. Ladies and gentlemen, today is the day that DeSci gets a major step forward. Major step forward in the advancement of decentralized science. Anyone will be able to launch compounds on Pump Science. Anyone will be able to conduct experiments. Citizen science is going to explode because of the onset of inventions like pump.science. I am incredibly excited to see what ends up happening. I hope that you guys are also very excited for this. Stay tuned and remember about the fee. Oh, Benjel said something in the Telegram. Let's see if they said anything to me before we get off. Nope, nothing was said. All right, guys. Big moves happening for DeSci. Market's ripping. DeSci's ripping. I hope you guys are having fun. Your time is your most valuable asset. Hopefully this was worth investing it into. I'm sorry that nothing ended up launching, but today there will be several launches that end up taking place, and I will be online for all of them. I can't guarantee that I'll be live again, but I will do my best to go live when I see them starting to launch. Today is going to be a fun day, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Peace out.